We caught Command Dragon D5 in our spider web.
Keep your eyes open!
Welcome to Spyder. For this video, I will be unboxing Command Dragon D5. This is a evolution of, but it's specifically be an evolution of Ace Dragon. I guess that would make the most amount of sense. Or just an evolution of Dragon in general. And it's a Hypersphere Bay, as you can see by the beloved box art that we all know and love. Seriously though, it is really good. I really love this box art. The whole manga style is just really good. Really good. Yeah, Command Dragon looks, well, as a Bay, it looks okay, but I'll get into it later. Let's look at the back. Let's take a look here. We see that we have the Dragon D5 chip. Now, this is actually, you would have to say Evo Dragon, I guess. Well, you don't have to, but I would probably say Evo Dragon, considering that it is an evolution of Ace Dragon, or any of the other 3 dragons, but it's just still labeled as D5 because it's Hypersphere. Some people get confused, so yeah, it's a right spinning chip. Now we're gonna look at the attack layer base, which is Command. It seems pretty, wow, it seems pretty buff. Can't wait to try that out. And we have TH23-F, which is Ignition Hypersphere. And thankfully, Hasbro was smart enough to make the disc fused in with the driver like it should have been. Similar to Master Devlos, you get a fused driver. So that is nice. Really nice. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Alright, so we got the parts. First part we'll be looking at is the Evo Dragon D5 chip, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed with the detail. I mean, in the anime, Dragon had such a wide variety of color, but here it looks pretty basic compared to how it looked in the anime. It doesn't look bad, but seriously, if you compare it to the anime, it's just, dude. Although I will say at least they got color on it. I don't know how the slopes are on this thing. They seem okay, although yeah, they just seem okay. They don't look like they're the best, but of course we have to test it when we put the whole bay together. Next up we have the Command layer base, and similar to the Dragon chip, lacking in detail. And there's no gimmick. Nope, there's no bound gimmick. Instead, they actually have the blades fixed, as in well, they're fixed in a position as if it's you know, they have bound mode. They have this. I might get confused with Tempest Dragon. I don't know. They have this awakened mode and then this obvious non-awakened mode. But basically, it's fused as if it's in between the transformation, I believe. Now, it looks like the layer shape is pretty good though. I really like it, and I really love how thick this is. Oh, well, it's pretty hollowed out in there. It's pretty hollowed out in there, but I still like how wide this is. Sheesh. This seems like it will be pretty interesting, actually. I just wish there was a lot more details. It really is lacking in detail a lot. Now, I think, and I really do wish it had the gimmick, but eh. Now, thankfully, we are getting a Pro Series remake, but at the same time, the teeth on Pro Series has a tendency to be weak. So I just hope it's actually the teeth are actually good this time around. But if not, that's a huge L, like a very huge L. Anyways, yeah, let's put it together. Overall, it does look okay. I'm not hating on this thing. It does look okay. I think overall it looks nice. Now, the only part that I actually I have no complaints for, Ignition Hypersphere. They fused the chip, they fused the metal with the driver. That's really nice. Really nice. I really like this. I really like this. It's very good that they did this instead of just make a separate disc. Now here's another thing I will say is that it does not have the whole gimmick like the electric driver thing. No, it's not electric. or anything like that. However, the Ignition wasn't really the most competitive anyway, although I will say that was very cool, and it's a little sad that it's gone. But maybe it'll come back in Pro Series, but like I said before, there's a lot of like I said, but then again in this video, but the teeth are not that good, and the only Ignition, like, whatever. I'll quit dunking on Pro Series. Oh, well, this feels like it's very weak. Very weak burst resistance, like, very weak. That's a huge L. That's a very huge L. I believe the slopes themselves are okay, and it's just that the driver has a bad spring, but it could be either one. It requires further testing, but overall, honestly, this is a huge L. This is just a huge L. RIP. Alright, we got the scale. Now let's weigh these parts. Dragon chip, 3.05 grams. Okay. Alright, that's nice. For a chip, I guess. For a Hasbro chip. Command. Oh my goodness. 10.77 grams. Look, but I'm just gonna say this. For the size of this thing, it should actually be heavier. They did not have to haul it out this much. Normally I don't complain about hauling out a bay, but if you're gonna make a bay that's literally supposed to be bulky, I mean, like, just like they thinned it out so much. They thinned it out so much. It should not. It should be a little bit heavier than usual. Dude. All right, not liking that, honestly. And now driver, 29.82 grams. I mean, that's only because of the fuse thing, but you know. All together, let's see how it weighs. NANI? You know, I'm actually a little bit shocked. 43.65 grams. You know, I was talking about how I still think Command shouldn't have been hollowed out, but the fact that it still weighs over 40 grams is impressive. Alright, that's nice. Still, it should have been about 50. I honestly think it should have been about 50 for a Beyblade this wide. Like look at that. This is still tall. Okay, I'll quit ranting. Let's just go. So y'all are probably wondering, Spyder, where are you? Well, guess what? I am on my back porch. So I decided to record these battles outside, just for a little environmental change. So I have several bays here on the right to test Command Dragon against in this awesome stadium right here, which is the Extreme Challenger Base Stadium. Very cool. Now I would like to say this real quick about the Ignition and hybrid drivers. Take a look at this. They have almost the exact same shape. So if you're wondering why Hasbro decided not to make hybrid a fused disc, your fused driver, you know, this is probably why. Alright, so let's launch with Command. Each one that rep. Will say that I love this driver, and I'll also say that there's a lot of pollen out here. Alright, yeah, it doesn't look too bad when it spins, and it bursted in my hand. That's it. Actually, I'm gonna put it up against Royal Genesis, because if you remember, when Dante first got Command Dragon finished, he battled Win and Fang, who owned Harmony Pegasus. So Harmony Pegasus will also be a test bay. 3, 2, 1, right. Starting out with Genesis. Whoa, we already get a nice jump right there. And we get a double burst, which is honestly a little bit weird to see, considering that the Genesis has it's just very burst prone, and the fact that we got a double burst there just like that makes me worried about Dragon's overall performance as a stock. I think Command as a ring, pretty good. No! Alright, so Dragon bursted first that time, so sadly, Dragon lost Genesis. It's just very weird. I mean, it did happen in the anime, but, alright, let's put it up against, Harmony Pegasus next. Harmony Pegasus is solid, so I do not know how Dragon will perform. And
Sadly, Harmony Pegasus easily dominates that time as well. So far, it is not looking too good for Command Dragon in terms of its stock performance. It already took 2 huge losses. Let's put it up against Prime Apocalypse. If it loses to Prime, that's really bad. Okay, you're doing that right. Is the burst resistance that bad? Okay. It defeated Prime. Okay, so it's not that bad. Okay, let's put it up against some left spins. Let's put it up against Viper Hydrat. 3, 2, 1, that right. Come on. Go for Command. Use Dragon Launch. Sheesh, I gotta remember these moves for Dragon. Come on, at least win it with a stamina battle. And of course your burst. I can't even say you're worthy of a rematch. I just can't. So up against another left spin. How about Inferno Salamander? I don't know how you'll beat Inferno, but we will see. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, did y'all see that? It just jumped right on top of Command. No, Command jumped on top of Inferno. Forget Inferno Salamander with the air attack and Command Salamander. What am I talking about? And Command Dragon wins. Not with a burst, but that was actually rather insane. Very good round. Alright, now finally, let's split it up. I mean, there's some other base here, but honestly, I don't want to go way too far. Yeah, I would put up against Master Devils, but I honestly want to save that for a video. We gotta put up against, a different video. We gotta put up against Ace Dragon. If it can't beat Ace, that's very... Well, at least the driver won the match. Alright, I'm just gonna say this. Very disappointed in Command Dragon. Very disappointed. Like, it should not be this bad. It should not be this bad. Not only do they nerf the amount of color on it, they give it a driver with a bad spring, and the chip itself has bad slopes, I believe. It just doesn't feel good. It's just bad. It's sad. Why is there an airplane flying around? But you know what? It is what it is with airplanes. I was gonna put Command Dragon up against other strong base, but obviously it's not cut out for that. So let's just get to Spyder stats right away. What will I give this bay? Well, it has its good driver. I mean, like, the driver itself, at least they got it fused with the disc and everything, but the spring in it isn't good, and the slopes on Dragon, oh my gosh. So, bad slopes, I don't know what to give this thing. I don't want to give it something way too low, but I might have to actually give it, well, I'll rate it the same as Brave Valtryek. I'm going to give it a 4.5. It's just disappointing. Burst way too easily. I think Command as a ring is pretty useful though. This is the same case with Brave. Like, Brave has, like, the Brave ring is useful, although it doesn't have its gimmick. But everything else is just kind of like, eh. And then but then again, they did get the fused driver, so maybe that should bump it up. I don't know. At this point, I'm gonna say 4.5. Really needed more color. Definitely needed better burst resistance. Why is there a Hornet flying around? Well, I am outside. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Sadly disappointed with this. Thank y'all for watching, and oh wait, I guess y'all want a QR code, huh? As nerfed as this bay is in real life, it's pretty OP in the app, so there you go, QR code. Have at it. Keep blading. Alright, listen, there's another airplane flying around. I love airplanes, but chose the Achilles. At least you don't annoy me, am I right?